You know, about 2.5 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, me, Chris Knight, Onzo, Biggaford Entertainment, we all came together. 3 different cats, one vision to make Khaos Central the best YouTube channel on the planet. Here's one of our stories. Oh yeah, let's go.
Is there any stuff?
Khaotic Conversation is the name of the show. The first Monday of the month is the time that I go on here and bring you the heat. I got your bob in your head. You're gonna hear it repeat and be like, hey yo, is that Danny? He's an X-Men now, cause the flow is uncanny. No, I'm just a topic debater. I'm just an intro maker. Ain't no one greater. It's Monday night. It's 9 o'clock. Sit back, relax. It's gonna get hot. So, without further ado, the conversation is ready. Let's make it do what it do. Peace. Khaos Central is the channel. Khaotic Conversation is the show. Come catch me, comment chat, Chris Knight, and Onzo. Peace.
What up, what up, what up? It has been a while, a long while, 2 years, I think, but we are back. The Fantastic Three. Maybe we can get a fourth one day, but we are finally back. We're at the Khaotic Conversation, 1/3 of the Khaos Central production, and my 2 boys are in the house. Mr. Chris Knight, you are muted. What's going on with you, Bubba?
Look at that. First show back.
I got it. No.
Right. Okay,
See,
okay.
I mute on my board over here. So if it gets muted over there, that's a different thing. Now, geez. Yeah, so back to doing some streams again. We got the Andor Roundtable. You can find me there. Here on Khaos Central, you can find me on whatever. It's all right. I get it.
What is it? The nighttime sniffly, sneezing, coughing, so you can rest medicine.
That's it. But I could not have said that better. I could not have said that better.
Anyways, you can find me there. We're doing the Unmasked the Masked Singer. I think this week's the last week. We had a nice little surprise last week. They kept all 4 singers. So
that's what I'm pulling for.
I know you're pulling for Boogie. I'm still on Mad Scientist Monster. We are both still in the game. It's close. It's going to be one of those 2. I want to tell you right now, it's going to be one of those 2.
I think Boogie sound better. And I'm
if he gets the right song.
He killed that Maroon 5 song. He killed.
Oh yeah, he did. No, I as soon as I heard that, I'm like, there's no way he's losing this. Anyways, you can find me on that. That right now we're just doing that as shorts. We're not back to recording that show yet. Next season we'll get back to doing all that stuff. There's a lot of stuff I'm still working on with my backgrounds and my recording, and I had to get my editing software back up and running again. So there's a lot of that stuff. But we are back on the computer. We got the green screen back up. We got the backgrounds back. We're back on OBS. We're getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely. We'll have the Rumble coming back soon. We're gonna have Name That Tune coming back and our weekly wrap-ups. So. And probably as soon as I can figure out how to go back to doing it again, we're going to be getting back to the gospel according to Chris. 2 years without a lot of this stuff. It's time to get back to this. And, of course, next week we'll have Onzo's show with possible changes. I don't know. He's working on that. And then we're going to have the Rule of 3 again. And this month, when we do the Rule of 3, we'll have a lot of Fact or Fictions. Onzo or I will be the winners, of course, because we were so far ahead. I don't remember.
Yeah, hands down.
Yeah. So, anyways,
and I'm pretty sure that Danny doesn't have the proof anymore, so we're probably good. In 2 years.
But I gotta do is go back and find that show, which I will. Which what the score was.
He'd go back and watch all of the episodes and go back and write it all back down and be like, "Here you go. I got the receipts."
But what Danny doesn't know is that we AI'd it and all that information is wrong. So it's not our show anymore, Danny. We had to do the AI stuff. So,
I got
you know what I mean?
I hear you, Bubba. And also, what's going on in your neck of the woods, brother?
You guys done know Biggaford Entertainment. You know where to find me. We are back at the Chaos List. Chaos Conversation, Chaos List, and then Rule of Three. And just to let you guys know, is the brothers on the panel had nothing to do with it. Let me just put it that way. All right. But it's great to be back. It's gonna be a fun show. Can't wait to see what Danny got in store for us tonight. And
I think your mic's a little off.
oh, okay.
Sounds funny to me.
Yeah. I didn't fix it. So, like I was saying, it's good to be back, and this thing ain't even plugged in. What the? All right, but yeah, thank you guys for this. Thanks, Donnie. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna do something a little different. And I was working on this all day. I got 15 different things I'm gonna ask you and Chris separately, but you can only respond with 2 words.
All right.
Then when we get finished, then you pick 4 of those topics or things I've been, and then we can talk about it a little bit more in depth. All right. Who wants to go first?
I'll go
let's
first. I'll go first.
Okay. When I say a word or I say a statement, you can only say 2 words to describe whatever word or statement I make. All right.
Let's do
Thunderbolt.
it. Trash.
Not surprised.
You knew that one already.
Sinners. I can't hear you. You're muted. We can't hear you. I can't hear you, Anzo. Can you hear him, Chris?
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
now we can.
Okay. So you heard the first one, trash?
I heard trash for Thunderbolts. Sinners.
Double trash.
Wow.
What up, G Major?
What you made? Fantastic Four.
Not excited for it.
Not excited. Superman movie.
Hopefully good.
Hopefully good. Tariffs.
Which one?
Tariffs.
Fuck Donald Trump.
AI.
Dangerous.
Customer service.
We had a topic on this the other day. It sucks.
Shador Sanders draft.
Ooh. Buck breaking.
NFL ownership.
Good old boys.
Let's do words about take it.
Mm-hmm.
NBA GOAT debate.
Tiring.
The new Predator movie.
Don't care.
Star Wars future.
Down the toilet. Flush it.
Watch it. Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, I got a lot for Shannon Sharp, but to break it down to 2 years, 2 words, I will say screwed himself.
Racism in the world.
Needs to stop.
Last one. Current state of hip hop.
Garbage.
All right. Mr. Knight.
Yeah.
I'm going to start from the bottom. Same questions. Current state of hip hop.
To borrow the word Anza loves, trash.
Figures.
Racism in the world.
Joking.
Ridiculous.
Shannon Sharp.
Cooked.
New Predator movie.
Not sure.
Star Wars future.
Suspect.
Good one. I like that.
NBA GOAT debate.
No debate.
I knew he was going to say that. I knew it.
NFL ownership.
God, I wish I had more than 2 words, but white. I was gonna say as white as I am. I mean,
Shedeur Sanders draft.
this is on your channel, so I'll be nice because I was gonna say effed up, but
Yeah,
the
that's
whole
fine.
thing. But I'm gonna say effed up. The whole thing.
Big time.
Customer service.
Non-existent.
I can see that.
AI.
Skynet.
Tariffs.
Like I said, it's good because they're trying to screw Can. They're trying to screw.
Idiotic.
Idiocy. Yes.
Idiot.
Idiotic.
Superman movie.
No, go ahead.
Superman movie. Not sure.
Fantastic Four.
Very interested.
Sinners.
Lights out.
Thunderbolts.
Good start.
What?
Okay. Before we get
I haven't seen it yet.
to my picks, we're gonna check up these chats. Beamy can say W. Well, I don't know what that means, but what's up? Major G said, "Wow." Beamy can say, "What else is this being streamed on?" My channel, Road to Wisdom, and Khaos Central channel. Tony Robinson said, "Jeffrey Wright makes me want to buy a skillet now." Why is that?
Oh,
Becky Brower. What's up, Becky? What up, Doc? She said, "Hey, Danny, what's up, Becky?" That's a big time Cleveland fan there. You got Shedeur Sanders, so hopefully he'll do something for you.
Didn't they take another quarterback also?
Yes, and he sucks. You've seen him in the combine, like what were they smoking?
Yeah, I didn't know. Well, yeah, it was weird. I didn't.
When has
wonder what they were
Nonzo
doing
been
there.
mad high on stream? I don't know.
all the time.
I'm gonna answer my Thunderbolts. Very underwhelming. That is my 2 words. Sinners, masterpiece. Fantastic Four, not interested. Superman movie, very hopeful. Tariffs, smokescreen. AI, very dangerous.
Hold on, before you go, Danny. Did you
Uh-huh.
hear about the new tariffs he put on now?
Uh-huh.
100% tariffs on any movie made outside of the USA.
He is hiding something. I don't know what the smokescreen is. That makes zero sense. That makes zero
That
sense. Because they're gonna be some crappy movies now because they ain't gonna have money and they ain't gonna have these.
100.
And it's
So
not gonna. Okay, yeah. I mean, Disney does their thing, with the round green screen type.
that's
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah.
He's trying to hurt
But-
Canada because most of these movies, a lot of these movies are filmed in Canada.
Yeah.
These TV shows because it's so much cheaper.
Yep.
Beamy can give a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. It says Thunderbolts have been the best thing since Endgame. What? Nah, bro. I don't know what you're watching.
No.
And I'm not gonna call you out your name, but I'm telling you, I've gone to every MCU movie, and this is the first MCU movie that I was actually watching my clock. Like, when is it going to be over? I actually get up purposefully to go get something to drink. Didn't care if I missed whatever, because I was bored. And I mean, I'm not saying I'm the end all be all, but I've never, ever felt that way about an MCU movie. And I was like totally bored. I didn't care about any of the characters. But I don't want to get in too deep into down that hole before I finish mine, but we'll get back to it. I'll make sure it's one of the topics we discuss.
I think he's saying what, meaning like he can't believe that's what they're saying about it. You know what I mean? That's why the what is in caps.
Well, I think he's saying what, because what we were saying about it, me and you.
Oh, maybe.
Because I said not very underwhelming is what I said.
Yeah. Maybe.
Tony Robinson, and then you said trash. So that's what I think that's what he's saying. I could be wrong. Someone slap Trump, please. He's an idiot. Danny, if you would like, I can share my thoughts on our draft picks, all of them in free agency. We may get into that, depending on how the conversation flows. MCU mental health. Okay. Customer service. Ugh. Needs improvement.
Did you guys hear Visa? I think it is talking about running all their customer service and paying bills and everything through AI.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't hear that, but I'm not surprised. Shadur Samuel's draft, making an example is best I could. It's more than 3 words, but that's what I saw it. NFL ownership needs color.
Facts.
Number 10, NBA GOAT debate. Getting old. I'm tired of hearing about it. New Predator movie. Very interested. Star Wars future. Oh, Lord. Hope it improves. All I can put. That's 3 words, but Shannon Sharp. Career death. Racism in the world. Chameleon effect. You think you're getting better in one thing and it changes to a different form, and so it's a chameleon. Current step of hip hop. Terrible.
Absolutely.
So we got some of the same things, some of them very different, strange wording, very similar wording, some things very polar opposites in some. But that's why I like this show because, and I like the shows that I'm on because we don't have echo chambers. I hate going to other YouTube channels and seeing echo chambers, and that just kind of. I know sometimes we all going to agree, and sometimes we all going to disagree. But when every channel you go on, every show you come on, everybody is agreeing, that drives me crazy.
The other day, you were doing a stream on another channel, and I was just like, I should go on there. And then I'm like, nah, this. I said in the comment, I said, this is one echo chamber of a chat, boy.
No, man, that show Sinners is good. You're the only person this is no exaggeration. You are the only person that I know that didn't like Sinners.
Well, if you watched the video I sent you today, there was another one. But hold on. I just want to say that what you said on that channel with Chill was not the exact same thing you said with me the night after watching it.
Tell me what I said.
You said it wasn't as good as you thought it was going to be. Yes, that's that. Those were your words, and then you said it was a masterpiece. I'm like, wait, what? You're drinking that Kool-Aid, Daddy?
No, I ain't drinking. But I went there's something that had to make me go pay my money a second time because I think y'all know I'm the cheapest out of the three.
Yeah, I agree.
And I went to see it, and I really liked it the second time. I saw it with my son. So maybe that first time, sometimes you see something and then you think whether it's better or sometimes it's worse, and then you see the second time.
It takes you another time, yeah.
But the second time, things that I saw other videos were talking about that I missed, I make sure I pay close attention to. And so I may have said that. I'm not going to sit and say I didn't, but after seeing that second time, this is my favorite movie I've seen so far this year.
No, I get it because I used to say Spider-Man 4 was trash. I used to say that movie is so garbage. And then when I watched it again, I was like, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Still not great. It's just not as bad as I thought it was going to be, right? Like, or as I remembered it. Because that stuff with the Sandman is really good. You take out the Venom stuff, and I think you have a better movie. But like I said, after seeing it the second time, I was like, you know what? This movie isn't as bad as I thought it was. So I can definitely see that. Hey, Kat. I don't know. Every time I get on stream, my cat wants to come and jump up on my computer and everything. Look at her. Look.
Daisy.
Oh no.
Come on.
Hey, Daisy. It's okay.
I think the whole, you bring up the echo chamber thing. I think it's kind of interesting that a lot of streams and stuff you watch. I don't think we all watch a lot of the echo chamber stuff, but when you watch it, it's almost like, did you guys sit around for the first 2 hours before you did the stream and script it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just weird. I don't know.
What up, Tucker?
But that's the thing that I actually like is the fact that we are in an echo chamber. You know what I mean? No. Because
sometimes we are going to be, but sometimes every show. I was going in thinking I was going to really like Thunderbolts, and I was like, "Oh my Lord, what is this?" When you sit back in the chair like this, and you looking at your watch.
I did the same thing, and I was like both me and my son were like, "This kind." Like there were some jokes that were kind of funny, made me chuckle a bit, but other than that, it was like this is nothing special.
I did not care about any character on there, even Bucky.
So they're calling the character the Void, the bad guy, but it's
Sentry.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Sentry. That's who it
it's
really is.
It's like a split personality. When he's control of himself, he's the Sentry. When the bad side takes him, he's the Void.
Gotcha.
The Sentry, he's bright, blonde hair, in that Sentry suit. Now he got the power. It reminded me a lot of when they resurrected Superman. He was fighting all the Justice League. It reminded me a lot of that because whatever they tried, man, that sucker he was countering, and he even like just spoilers. He ripped off Bucky arm and like handed it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what you gonna do with that?
Mm-hmm. And then the end was just so underwhelming. It was just like,
Yes,
that's it.
I knew it because I watched what's his name? Harloff. What's his name?
Christian Harloff.
Christian Harloff. He
Mhm.
went like 3 days before, and he came back, and so I knew it was gonna be the Fantastic Four ship. I mean,
Oh, the trailer.
I knew that, and I was like, what really irritated me was that stupid part of in the grocery store. No one cares about that. It wasn't funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gonna have on the NASCAR outfits with Avengers with a Z, and
Mm-hmm.
man, y'all making me stay here longer for this mess.
And then the end credit pretty much gave away the end of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, you know the Fantastic Four are gonna lose and then come to this universe.
Yeah, like
So-
what is that?
They've already brought that up.
I know. They've talked
For a
about it
while.
still, but at the same time, like you just gave it away now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, but that seems to be the
Unless-
problems they've had recently is that a lot of the stuff that they do for end credits or a lot of the stuff that they have in these movies have either been leaked or they give away what you're doing in the next movie. So what's the point of watching it? It's like you can watch it and then, yeah.
I actually like Suicide Squad better than Thunderbolts.
Which one? Both?
Both of them.
Wow. Damn.
I got kind of cooked yesterday on Robert Storm's. I'm like, bro, this is in my bottom three.
Mm.
This is in my bottom three.
What did Robert
He
think
was
of it?
like, oh no, they were like, what he said. It was better than Thor 2, Thor 3. It was better than Ant-Man 2, the Ant-Man 3. I want to think Eternals.
Yes.
I think, but I'm telling you, if I had to choose right now, I got to go see Eternals again, or I got to go see Thunderbolts. I'm going to Eternals.
Oh,
Okay.
hell no.
Here's another one then. Pick
Yeah.
one. You have to
I'm
pick
sorry.
one. Go to see Thunderbolts again or watch Blank Man.
Blank Man.
Oh my God! I just did it for you, Anzo. I just got him.
I'm telling you, man, this was the worst MCU movie I've
Wow.
ever seen in my life.
Wow. That says a lot that he even said, I'll go see Blank Man.
I don't think it was
Wow.
the worst.
I go see Blank Man. I go see Meteor Man. I will go see that before.
All right.
Now, I'm not going to see Howard the Duck. That ain't happening. That is
Okay.
not happening.
Oh, so we found
So
one
Howard
thing
the Howard the Duck over Thunderbolts? No.
So
Yeah.
so wait here, Anzo. We're gonna do a movie night on
Thank
Khaos
you.
Central.
Thank you,
There's
Becky.
4 movies. Danny has to pick 2 of the 4. It's we're gonna either show Howard the Duck, Thunderbolts, Blank Man, or Meteor Man. So you gotta pick 2 of those,
I'm
and
telling
you gotta be here for 'em.
Is Meteor Man and Blank Man. I'm not
All right,
watching.
he just said it. We're doing movie night. Meteor Man or
I'm
Blank Man.
watching.
We're doing it.
Oh, I'll be here, but you ain't say I gotta be awake because I'll probably fall.
Wow. That's
Well,
a
being
black
here
card
is a
taken,
start.
bro.
Was Thunderbolts
know-
better than Suicide Squad? No, it was not. I'm telling y'all, and I'm not going to change. To me, this was the worst MCU movie I've seen.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nah.
Wow.
Eternals is worse. Thor: Love and Thunder is worse. Ragnarok is worse. Iron Man
Well-
2 is worse.
There were parts in Thor: Love and Thunder that I like much better than this.
I guess you could say there. For me, no. I
Oh.
can't say that. First half of the movie is good until they
And I
get to
can
the
tell-
planet.
I wasn't invested in nobody in this movie, but I was invested in Jane. There were things I didn't like in Thor: Love and Thunder was the doggone goats. This love affair he had with the 2 hammers was stupid, and the way they did Zeus. Other than that, I don't have a problem with Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh,
It's just
no.
them aggravating goats. Okay, the goats, the way they did Zeus, and the hammer thing. What else you didn't like about Thor: Love and Thunder? Because everything else
When he gave all the kids the power, the bad guy was garbage. Like all of that was ass.
one scene.
Yeah, but it was ass because it was the final scene, and you had all these kids running around with Thor's power, and then you gave it away. So if Thor could do that, why can't
So
he
what?
just give his power to anybody else? Like
So
it's
what's
just,
better than? So what was better than Thunderbolts than that? Worse than Thunderbolts?
what was worse than Thunderbolts?
Because Thunderbolts was crap from beginning to end.
Eternals is worse than Thunderbolts. I definitely give you that.
No,
Thor: Love and Thunder is worse than Thunderbolts.
no.
Me, Ragnarok is worse than Thunderbolts. Iron Man 2 is worse than Thunderbolts.
No way.
Hold on. Oh, the first Captain America is definitely worse than Thunderbolts.
Didn't you have a connection to people in those movies? Who you had a connection with in Thunderbolts? Who did you really care about in Thunderbolts?
I like Elena. Elena. I like Elena.
I like her, but it was the woe is me, the whole movie.
I think that scene where they're fighting each other in the room, that was fire. That was good. I like that scene. And then the scene with Sentry, I thought that was really good too. You know what I mean? And then I was like, ooh, is he going to like break Bucky's arm? Like, is he going to break the vibranium? And he almost did. So I enjoyed that scene too. You know, some of the jokes were good too. Some of the jokes landed, but Eternals was just it. That is a movie I'll never watch again. Thor: Love and Thunder, I'll never watch that again. Ragnarok, I'll never watch that again. Those are the three movies 100% I will never watch again.
No,
I even like it better than Shang-Chi. I hated Shang-Chi. So yeah, I don't think it's the worst.
Mm-hmm. How many movies is it now? Like 32?
35 or something
the
like that.
DCEU.
Yeah.
There's no way it cracks top 25. No way.
What?
DCEU's current count is at...
I like Marvels better than this.
Oh nah.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
I like Captain Marvel better than this. I like Black Widow better than this. Mm-hmm.
I can't. Black Widow's another one.
I like Craven better than this.
Craven.
Wow.
If I had to go see Craven or this, give me Craven.
Now you're smoking that good stuff.
I'm not.
What about Madam Web?
I gotta think, bro. I'm telling you.
Really?
Only two out. I'm telling you, bro. This movie right here, I wanted my money back so bad. I was like, man, give me my money back.
Should have done it. Should have gone back out and gone like, what the hell are you charging for this?
I wish. I'm telling you,
you should be paying me and giving me.
I'm thankful I did not go to IMAX. I would have been mad if I spent $25 to watch this.
It wasn't great, but
it'll be 37 films once Fantastic Four comes out.
No way it makes
30. How many?
37 when Fantastic Four comes out. Right now,
yes. It's 35 and below. It does not crack my top 35.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's real.
All right, hold on.
And that coming from the guy that usually can see positivity in everything. Not in this. No.
Wow.
Thunderbolts or both seasons of Andor?
Might give me Andor. I'm telling you.
Oh, no way.
Might take
no freaking way.
Also, bro, I was like in my chat this. And you like sometimes like when you go to the concession, you be kind of like, hurry up, man.
Yeah. Or you have to go to the bathroom and you're rushing to go to the bathroom.
Was so long. I was like, okay, I'm waiting for this. I got my cherry coat and my nachos, and I didn't walk fast back. And I went out just before Bucky, scene saw when he was chasing them.
Mm-hmm.
I went out right there, and when I came back, he had them tied up in their room. So I missed all that in there.
Okay. So in phase 1, I'd say it's better than Iron Man 2. it's better than Captain America: First Avengers. In Phase 2,
You're on crack.
in Phase 2, I would say I liked Ant-Man. So Ant-Man, Age of Ultron, Guardians of the Galaxy, Winter Soldier, Thor: The Dark World, and Iron. It's better than Iron Man 3, definitely. Phase 3, Ragnarok. It's better than Ragnarok. It's better than Captain Marvel.
It is definitely not better than Ragnarok because
Hella was fire, but that's the only thing that I liked about that movie. In Phase 4, it's better than Black Widow. It's better than Shang-Chi. It's better than Eternals. It's better than Love and Thunder. And boy, it could be right on pace with Wakanda Forever.
Oh, you crazy. I know you crazy.
To be honest with you, it's right on pace with Wakanda Forever for me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then
you got to get this one right here. Where is it at?
Rifleman.
Madness. This is Sparta!
That should be the T'Challa kicking you off the side of the waterfall where Killmonger died at.
Unfortunately, T'Challa wasn't in Wakanda Forever, so he can't do that. So
that's to be sure it's kicking you right in your chest.
And then in Phase 5, it's only better than the Marvels. We had Quantumania, we had Guardians 3. Yeah.
Marvels wasn't bad. The only thing bad about Marvels was that dance scene on that planet. And maybe they kind of overused those flirting or whatever things with swallowing all the people. Other than that, Marvels was straight. And no, I'm going to. And the villain was bad. Very one note.
Yeah, 100%. The villain was horrible in Marvels.
If Marvels had a better villain, it would have elevated the movie.
There were some good things in it, but story-wise, I wasn't feeling it too much. So.
All right, we're going to talk about the Shedeur Sanders draft. Now, my 2 cents on this is I think Dion inadvertently hurt his son with some of the statements he made going on TV saying if certain teams didn't pick him or if certain teams did pick him, he was going to intervene. And at the end of the day, that club, the Billionaire Club, the Owners Club, they are a certain group of people, certain group of men with a singular mindset, and they're not going to let anybody come in there and tell them what they're going to do, how they're going to do it. And I think that they got together. One of my buddies who follows football more closely than I do, he said, Dan, I can tell you exactly what it was. They are not going to let anybody, and especially Mr. Sanders, no matter how good he is, no matter what ring of honor he's in or whatever, going to come there and tell him what he ain't going to do. And he believes that they came together and said, look, we're going to let them drop a few rounds. Cleveland going to get them, but nobody else don't get them. Let Cleveland get them and just show them just how strong we are. And I kind of believe that. Maybe not every detail of that statement, but I do believe there was some collusion between the owners.
What did he drop down to? 6th round or 5th round?
5th round. 5th round, like the 6th or 7th pick. There is no way he should have been a 5th round, in my opinion, based on his stats and based on his production.
They said of like 10 teams he interviewed with, 9 of them said the interview was bad. Now, again, I'm not saying what you're saying happened isn't. I'm not saying that you're not right. I'm not saying it wasn't collusion or something. There could be part of that.
Pittsburgh should have gotten him. They need a quarterback. As much as I'm a fan of Aaron Rodgers, I think he's past his prime. I don't think he's going to help them, or I think he's going to be problematic. So I think he's an alpha male, and I definitely think Mike Tomlin's an alpha male, and that's Tomlin's team. Whether you like him or don't like him, that's Tomlin's team. Pittsburgh has a certain way of doing things, and I think if Aaron Rodgers don't get in line, Tomlin is the man that's going to call him out. And I don't think he is going to be maybe 3 years ago before his ACL injury. I think he had some stuff in the tank. I don't think he got enough gas in the tank. And I think Shedeur Sanders would have been an excellent piece for Pittsburgh, in my
Look at
opinion.
what David Quintana said on his last comment right there.
Would you rather watch this or Rise of Skywalker?
Very last one. Yeah, well, right before the last one.
The Browns going to have him, yes. Wish him luck. End up like Mayfield. Yeah, I think Browns is a quarterback killer. It seemed to eat quarterbacks up and spit them out. I don't think that's the place he needs to be, but I hope he can be successful there.
You guys can't have that.
But I think Pittsburgh should have got him.
So I'll agree with you too with that 100% because what they did, or what Aaron Rodgers is doing, is unbelievable to me because he is not that quarterback that can just hold out and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna hold out and then decide like, oh well, maybe I'm not gonna. Like, it's just it's dumb. I don't like it. So you are correct. I think if the Steelers had the chance, they should have picked him up. I don't know why they didn't. I'm kind of on your side, Danny, where I think that there is this collusion, or there was this little thing to try and knock him down. I'm not 100% sure it is because of Deion Sanders, though, right? Because what everybody is saying is about this guy is that he's extremely cocky and he's this and that. Now, I get it. You have a lot of other quarterbacks that aren't our color that have been cocky and have done it just the same. But I think when it comes from us, it's like, oh, no, we're not having that. You know, you need to sit down, little N, and know your role, because one of the quarterbacks that and Brian showed it on his sports show, one of the quarterbacks that they showed that got drafted higher than him, literally like practice pass, and it was way off. Like,
I saw that.
You seen it, right? Yeah, that any like I could have hit that pass. You know what I mean? So I think Deion Sanders may have something to do with it, but I also think it's because he's cocky like his father was, and that's a problem.
They said that back in the day, I didn't follow this, but Man and Daddy did some of the same things in the draft. I'm not sure exactly what he did, kind of pull string, said stuff. But one thing I do know, and I've seen this from two other dads, Alonzo Ball dad, I think he put targets definitely on Alonzo back. Maybe not so much LaMelo, the youngest one. But he came out there saying crazy stuff. And what he did was, like, whenever his son came to town, he's saying, oh, my son is better than this guard, this, whatever. You know, they played him harder. And his son, which was good, but he's not superstar level. I don't think he ever made an all-star team. And the same thing with LeBron's son. LeBron, I don't know whether he intentionally did, but he put a target on his son's back. I don't think he meant to do it, but you can't come out here and make statements that my son is better than some of these people, even though he may be, but you know you're going to get tested with certain names. That just comes with the territory. Do I think Barney probably could get better? I definitely think he can, because he has some of that DNA in his system, but he needs to start at ground level. Or if you're going to make that boast, you better make sure your son is that dude. Because if he ain't that dude, egos that's in particular sporting they're gonna test him. Oh, you think you Deion's son? Yeah, your daddy was the fastest corner ever and this kind of stuff. But are you gonna be just as good as him? Are you gonna be just as good as him at the quarterback level? Even though I've heard that Chris' favorite quarterback is his mentor, I don't think he is smart as Brady is in the pocket. Not from what I've seen in Colorado.
So here's the question. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I think he's getting tips from Brady, but I don't think he has Brady decision making. It doesn't seem as fast as I've seen Brady in the pocket and other quarterbacks in the pocket. But I definitely think that he's going to have a chip on his shoulder. And I definitely think if he works hard, if he listens to the right people, that he is going to make some owners be like, man, maybe we should have got him. I think that's going to happen. Barring him not get injury, barring him not going in there with a chip on the shoulder and being pissed off, but instead of using that as woe is me, use it as fuel. I think he has the potential to do that and be good. I hope so. I'm not rooting against a young man, but I do think it doesn't help, in my opinion, when your dad goes on the circuit. I saw him on TV shows saying, my son will get on the right team. There's a time when you got to push the bird out of the nest, so to speak. You can't protect your son all the time. Yeah, you get him, get him to the dance, but you can't be saying something because it's going to be taken and used in a negative way. And I think some of what he said, not all, but some of what he said, I think led to his son dropping.
But here's the question I'm going to ask you, because you said that, he said some stuff and people are going to come at him harder, right? But they're going to come at him harder regardless because of his name, right? So even if LeBron James' son didn't say all of that stuff about his son and his son got into lead, oh, you're LeBron James' son? Okay. Are you as good as your daddy? Let's see. We're going to test you. So I don't think it just has to do with the fact that, someone came out and said, oh, blah, 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 blah. It's the name. You know what I mean? Regardless of anything, it's that name recognition. So it's like if Michael Jordan's son came to the NBA, everybody would try to be going after Michael Jordan's son, even if he didn't say nothing. It was humble because you're Michael Jordan's son. You know what I mean?
I believe that's some of. But I watched a lot of All That Smoke here lately, and I can't think of who it was. I think it was Reggie Miller or something. And he said when he first came into the league, he had a veteran shooting guard, and the veteran shooting guard would pull him to the side and say, "Look, you can talk to this guy, but you can't talk to this guy. You can say this to this referee, but you can't say to that referee. You can do this, you can do that." There's certain players, if you listen, you don't talk junk to them because all they're going to do is make you have a bad night because they don't affect them. I think in just my opinion, if LeBron, if Dion or whoever tell their sons, hey, look, this is what you need to do, and just be a little bit more quiet. Now, I'm not saying don't be what's the word I want to use? Praise your son and build up his courage, but you don't have to be so vocal about it because right now, John Morant's a lot of his issues are being blamed on his daddy T, because they're saying T is more of a friend than a father. And I think it's a criticism that we, as black men, will get criticized when things don't go right or go perfect. Because Michael Jordan got some of that. Him and his daddy were more like friends, and he went gambling, doing a playoff, and there was some talk like his dad was doing something he wasn't supposed to do when he was driving who knows where and got killed. I mean,
yeah, but all that stuff. I'm just saying all that stuff shouldn't matter, though. You know what I mean?
I don't think it shouldn't matter, but it shouldn't. But
because no one should be able to judge what type of relationship you have with your son. If you feel like your son, like we don't know if he was disciplining him behind closed doors or whatever, but in public, it looks like they're the best of friends, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Yeah. But since we're not in their household, to sit there and say, well, John Moran's father is more of a friend to him than a father, like that's stupid. You don't know that. You know what I mean? So I don't even subscribe to that kind of talk. I just don't do it. Like it shows no weight to me unless you're actually living in that house and you can say that John Moran's father lets him get away with murder, And then at the end of the day, these are grown ass men. So their father did what they had to do. They're playing in the NBA. What they do after that, you can't blame a parent for. They're adults.
I don't say you can blame a parent, but because I kind of, well, I've seen them in up close and personal because they're from where I live at. I've seen them play. Been to the barbershop where his dad used to work at, kind of interacted a little bit. I'm just saying, I feel, and I could be wrong, if my son was to go to a professional sport and do some of the silly stuff that I've seen some of these guys do, I think I could pull my son to the side and say, hey, look, bro, I know you're a grown man. I know you probably got me this nice house, this nice car, but you got to be careful who you hang with. You got to move differently because you doing this silly stuff cost you a shoe deal, cost you millions of dollars, cost you to be the face, possibly the face or one of the face of the NBA. Because you holding up a gun doing this silly stuff, that's crazy to me. Now I ain't saying, like you said, I don't know what's going in their house, but I feel based on what I know about myself, what I think I know about your relationship with your son, that, and I don't know, Chris don't talk much about his kids, but I think that if we see our sons doing some crazy stuff, we get a little bit more influence in what I've seen being shown. Because I know my dad, if he tell me, even now, my dad's 75 and I'm 55. If he say something, I'm kind of moving different.
Well, that's the thing. I think our generation comes from someplace that even if you are 50, 40, whatever, your dad comes and says, one's the way that they would come at it, they come to us. They're not going to come down and say, kid, you better do what I say. No, they're going to come in and say, hey, wait a minute here. I know you're an adult, but let's look at this a little more objectively at what you're doing. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell you right now, you're screwing yourself over. And go ahead, if that's what you want to do, but I'm going to try to stop you right here. I mean, they would definitely interact and interject with that. And then the whole go ahead.
No, finish.
I was just going to say, the whole Shedeur Sanders thing, I think it's all crazy. With the prank call. I mean, all that stuff that happened. It is crazy. I think that I don't know. I think a lot of people were worried that Sanders was kind of trying to do what people are saying LeBron did with his son, like trying to put him in a certain place. I don't know. I think it was a lot of mix of probably more what they say about they're unsure about his talent, and then his interviews, the things that his dad did, because like you said, his dad went out and was talking all this stuff about him, not trying to talk him up and stuff. I think there was a lot of that, and I don't discount again what Danny said about possibly collusion. Well, let's show this kid what he really is. I mean, let's show this kid he has to go through the same thing everybody else has, and then it kind of took a life of its own and went a little too far. I mean, I think anybody who was in collusions to knock him down probably thought that he'd be taken second or third round at worst, and then it just kept waiting.
Snowballing.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
And one more thing I was saying as I agree with you 100%. We're gonna have that conversation. You know what I mean? John Morant was my son. We're gonna have that conversation. But you also got to remember that these kids are millionaires now, right? They have so much money at this point. It's like, yeah, you're right. They'll sit there and tell you you're right and everything. But at the end of the day, they're gonna go out and spend that money. They're gonna do stupid-ish because they're still young.
Well, and
when I don't have a problem. I don't
have a career.
I don't have a problem with spending the money.
Stuff.
My problem is, son, you got all this money and you the man. Yes, I applaud you. But you're doing silly stuff there right now. You got $40 million in the bank. You could have had $200 million in the bank because you're doing some kind of crazy gun gesture. And now you're doing a grenade gesture.
You could have been. You could have been set for life. And then now what you've done is you've restricted yourself. And again, you said it, the money is what gets a lot of these kids. They think, oh, man, I got $2 million. They've never seen $2 million. Now they got $2 million. And the first thing they think is I'm set.
Well, I'm going to do whatever I want to.
They keep doing the stupid stuff. In a year and a half, if he's out of basketball, then what? That's
right. But here's the thing, though. And this is what I'll say, is because John Morant got suspended for like a half a season. He lost all that money. And if all of that still didn't change him from doing the same gestures, then what you say as a father is not going to change that either. It's not.
No, but you got to try. And I guess
you got to try. Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know if his dad has. Maybe his dad has.
Yeah.
One guy be like, hey, You got a daughter now. You got a daughter now.
Mhm.
Do you want your daughter to struggle like we did? Because I've seen the houses where he used to live at, and I've seen the drills he used to make Gerard do to do that kind of stuff. So the dad poured all that work into him, and now to just flush, son, this ain't what we planned for. All those backyard drills I had you doing, I mean, it's crazy, the stuff. If you go and look it up, it was crazy what T put him through. But he got him there. He did his job. And I agree with Alonzo, if doing all that and you still ain't changed, then it's that old saying, you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink. But bro, I would every day I'd be hitting with something. But look, it's your daughter. Look at that contract you lost. You lost $60 million. You didn't make all NBA. You lost another $200 million. You missed that shoe deal. You missed that Gatorade deal, the military deal. Look all that up.
Yeah, but you also got to be careful with that too, right? Because then that might make him resent you now. Like, oh, every time something happens, you always like trying to throw it in my face. Like, I don't know that I lost the Gatorade deal, or I don't know that I lost this and that. But now every time I call you, you chastising me for something that happened. You know what I mean? So you have to, yeah. With these kids that are making money like that, it's a thin line you got to draw with them. Trust me.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
I don't dodge, but shoot, I'm a number.
You gotta try. Yeah.
If my dad would show me these numbers, because sometimes when you having so much fun, you don't see that stuff. You don't realize it's kind of
100%.
Like if you got these apps and you thought you cancel apps, but then you sit down and you start looking up all these apps and stuff. What? I was paying how much?
Yeah, 100%.
You didn't know it.
100%.
So if somebody would pull me to the side and say, "Look, Danny, do you realize last year you lost $40 million?" I was first time like, man, you crazy. No, I didn't. And they sit down and they show me and connect A to B and B to C. Man, I'd be sick as a dog. And I know me, I'd be like, oh, it's time to move differently. But these
100%.
These kids don't move differently. Like Shannon. Right now, Shannon is kicking himself in the butt because he was
idiot
that close to signing $100 million contract plus.
Idiot.
And now that is gone. I hope he saved his money. I really like Shannon. I hope he saved his money.
You know what? And it's the same playbook that's coming out because now his ex-wife is coming out and saying that, you know, he did stuff to her too as well. Huh? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. His ex-wife is spilling the beans. I think it's the ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, whatever. And she is spilling the beans right now. So it's like, oh yeah, well, she said, and these were her words, that they were having a fight, and it was one of the biggest fights that they ever had, right? And he wanted sex, and she said no. And because you can't tell Shannon no, he went and he took it. Now, she said she wasn't going to say anything, but Shannon kept calling her, kept texting her, kept like, oh, you just, better not say anything. If you do, I'm going to hurt you, blah, blah, this and that. And then she ended up getting her address and shit docked. And then she said people were coming to her house and stuff. So she ended up saying she filed a restraining order. And then she got rid of the restraining order because she really didn't want, to have all this drama and stuff like that. So, yeah, she's coming out. There was another woman that came up, but we haven't heard much about that. And now, but at the end of the day, Shannon Sharpe was on his show with one of the dudes that was on the Chappelle Show. And the dude on the Chappelle Show was talking about him dating a 22-year-old. And Shannon Sharpe was making fun of him. He was like, oh, where'd you meet her? Forever 21? And he was making all kinds of jokes. Why don't you find a mother? Why don't you do this? Why don't you find a woman that's older? And he's doing this same thing he chastised the dude for.
It's going to be... Oh, go ahead.
I had a similar conversation. He can't tell. I remember him being on the show him and Skip?
Undisputed.
And he was chastising John Morant. I say right now his credibility is gone because John Morant can be like, look, yeah, I did my crazy stuff, but look what you did. All his credibility that he had, all his prestige and stuff is gone. And he may never. The only person I've seen really bounce back from this kind of adversity that I can remember is Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Tiger Woods kind of did.
Other who?
Tiger Woods. He
Yeah,
went through some crap
Tiger
too.
Woods somewhat, but he still.
But Tiger Woods
I know
wasn't.
where you're going with.
Yeah, Tiger Woods wasn't great, right? Tiger Woods wasn't. It was just a bunch of women that he was cheating on his wife with.
Like that rape stuff.
Yeah,
Kobe Bryant is the only one I've seen
yeah,
came back and it kind of went away. And
yeah.
after his death, somebody still brought it up. Throw a little bit of shade.
Yeah. Gail King, that.
So, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
And Shannon, go ahead.
Shannon in trouble.
And I was just gonna say, like, at the end of the day, right? You gotta be, especially when you have that type of money and you have that type of deal, you have to be on your P's and Q. And I'm gonna say it straight up. I know if some of the stuff he did was messed up, it was messed up 100%. But this is 100% a setup. It was a setup from day one, because she's recording all of this stuff. You know what I mean? They've been together for, I think she's 22 now, so for like 3 years, because it was 19 when they met.
Well,
but at the end,
yeah, she must have got a recorder, because I learned something today. My buddy said, you know, if you got an iPhone, that if somebody try to record it and tell you, I'm like, what are you talking about? They won't do that. And sure enough, he doggone called my number and he hit record and it said, this conversation is being recorded. I was like, I didn't know iPhone did that. But no, I'm pretty sure the rest of them do it. Yeah.
Well,
if you got an iPhone and I try to record you, it will tell you.
I can do it too.
How do you record a conversation?
You hit that, on the top screen, on the front, on your home screen, they get that thing that says record, like voice memos.
Okay, I think so.
Yeah, you should have voice memos. And if you hit record, it will tell you on your phone this conversation is being recorded. I didn't believe
that's cool. Yeah,
it sure happened down like. So if you got two phones, then it ain't gonna tell you. But if you try to record that conversation on your phone, I'm not sure if Android or other phones do it, but iPhones do it.
Interesting.
I think. I mean, for Shannon, here's the thing: can he weather it? Maybe. I agree totally with Anzo. It was a setup.
You better go to Africa.
But you just said the big thing when it comes to somebody like Shannon Sharp. You were this close to $100 million contract. It doesn't matter if he can prove himself scot-free. Anything that they said, he will never see that again. He will never get close. Even if he ever comes back to ESPN, they're going to look at him and go like, well, you had to do what we want.
Yeah.
Because we are now taking a risk because you've been accused of it.
Michael Irvin didn't do anything, and ESPN got rid of him.
Yep.
Exactly.
And not to mention, right? And because I remember we were talking about, and I said how we screwed, and YouTube will demonetize them. They might not do that right yet, but I can promise you, you won't see another Club Shay Shay for a while. I can guarantee you, anybody that was scheduled to go on his show has canceled because of the way it looks. You know what I mean? It's like, no, we can't. Yeah, we can't do that. We can't do that. So I promise you won't. At least I think you won't see another. Even if he has ones recorded, right? Recorded and ready to drop.
I feel bad for Chad.
Right. That's his own thing, and with Chad, so Chad is sticking with him. So the
Chad gotta write it out. He ain't got no other choice. To me, this is like how Theo felt when Cosby went through his stuff, because a lot of the networks were taking off the Cosby Show, and that was income that affected him.
Yeah.
So when he lose all these endorsements and lose all these sponsors and stuff, that's hurting Chad. And I mean, it's bad. And this is one of the things I hate in my life, when I got to pay for other people's mistakes. That tees me off.
Yeah, 100%.
Other people's choices, like what, bro? I pay my bills on time. You don't pay your bills on time. Why? Yeah, my daughter. Yeah, she works it, but when she don't pay, it's something that I co-sign for that chaps me really quick.
Yeah. So that's kind of messed up. You know what I mean? And like I said, man, there's a bounce back. Like if he has a trial and it comes out to where it's like some Johnny Depp ish, then yeah, he'll be able to bounce back. But some of those
To
text
an
messages,
extent.
yeah, to an extent, yeah, I agree. But some of those text messages, like you,
I think he got a little bit too big for his britches.
yes, yes,
He
yes.
started drinking the Shannon Sharp flavored Kool-Aid.
Yes, 100%. That Hennessy he be drinking on the set and all of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
That you know what I
Because he
mean?
got past that that thing of that recording. And
Yeah.
I know if it's I don't know, I'm not on Instagram, but I know if when I go live on YouTube, there's certain steps you gotta do. You don't just accidentally hit and start recording. It asks you.
Instagram is even harder.
So that was definitely set up.
Instagram is even harder. You can't just pick go live on Instagram. You got to pick go live, then you got to pick this, then you got to pick that. No, it's not just one click. So 100%. And the people are saying that because that came out around the gay rumors, right? The Shannon Sharp is gay stuff. So all of a sudden, boom.
And he survived that.
Yeah,
ESPN let him. Okay, Sharp. I'm pretty sure you heard from executives. Okay, now.
Yeah.
You can't have nothing like this now. You would go ahead and chill out. And he survived it, but still, if I would have survived that, man, I'd been like
100%.
Here's the $500,000. Here's this clause you get signed. Don't say nothing that we did. Deuces, boom.
Because we all know who owns ESPN. It's Disney, right? So they ain't playing when it comes to that stuff, man. They will get rid of you in a heartbeat.
Especially if you're the chocolate persuasion.
Facts. Facts. What up, Myra? How you doing? Good to see you.
I think that it's a screwed up situation, but I think, okay, so one, like you said, the phone should have said, hey, you're being recorded. Two, it takes longer to set up Instagram Live than even YouTube or a bunch of other stuff. Now, granted, I'll say this. You can put Instagram on this platform, but you still have to click a couple buttons.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, so yeah, all those things combined. And again, you should have known you were getting set up. It's so obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we're saying that because we're out here.
Yeah, you start asking me certain questions. Like, well, we asking me for that for.
Yeah, it's like if you ever watch these shows about murderers getting caught and stuff, and they ask these questions. It's like typically they're leading you to a place that they want you to go. And if you don't understand that, I mean, Danny will tell you. First thing it says, you have the right to remain silent. That means remain silent.
And if my spider start tingling, I'm definitely going to be silent.
Exactly.
But even still, it just shows you, and I think someone else said it, how, and I'm going to say the country to be funny, but how country and not smart Shannon Sharp is, right? Because in the thing, she's like, oh, well, I guess so, because I don't want to be choked. I would have been like, don't act like I choke you all the time. I only do that when we in bed. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
And don't act like you don't like it. You asked me to do something like that.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, you gotta watch how this stuff comes out. It's
yes.
And then that role playing, all that.
You know what I mean? And it's
I hope she ain't got no video of that. Oh, that's gonna be very damning.
Oh, there's supposedly there's a video that's damning already that they don't want to put out. You know what I mean? But
and you should be seeing that.
Yeah,
go ahead.
What's that?
Shannon
no, I was just gonna say Shannon loves that race play, boy. You can tell by his comments. You know what I mean? What do you say? A big black man choking small white girl. You know what I mean? Like really? Come on, bro.
And it's like you're gonna end up in a place. I'm not saying that he has anything to do with Diddy or not, but like with Diddy's kind of screwed because they've just a week or two ago they said we're gonna let that video from the
Casey,
hallway
yeah.
into the case.
Yeah.
Dude, you're screwed. You're screwed now.
Now,
You're just screwed.
now this
It's
makes you
there.
gonna think that maybe FS1 knew they was doing.
They might
Facts.
have, and that's the thing.
Facts.
It's like
Because when that first restraining order came out, that happened when he was working with FS1, and then there was something with one of the women that worked there too, where supposedly he choked her too as well. So yeah, if there's a history of him doing stuff
Maybe,
like that,
and maybe that's why Skip kind of turned on him when he heard his stuff and like,
possibility,
man, who I thought you were.
possibility. 100%. You know what I mean? And the show's doing good, so they probably putting a blind eye because the show was doing good. But then once that stuff really hit the fan, then it was like, you know what?
It's kind of like how you said.
wait, time out.
They knew what Arteta was doing, and it was riding that golden goose.
Yes.
Do you remember Skip? What it was about a month or two ago, did a video and said there are going to be some things coming out soon that you're going to find out.
Oh, did he? I don't remember. Yeah, no.
Yeah, hold on. Let me find this article. Hold on.
Oof. Because I know he went through some issues too. There was something going on with him and some woman too at one point where he offered like a couple of $1 million to sleep with her or some crap like that.
Yeah, that's they were saying.
Yeah, but nothing else ever came out of it though.
Like the same woman.
Yeah,
but that didn't sound like Skip, because Skip seemed to be pretty cheap.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm saying. Nothing ever came out of after that, so I just figured it wasn't true. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then again, it could be true, and they silenced it. It could be that too, right? And remember, Skip is not with FS1 anymore either. Could that have been a reason too? Why? Right?
Could have been.
So,
you never can tell, buddy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Article.
That's why I'm saying these dudes need to get their money and do what Danny did and turn Christian, right? And no, I'm dead ass, bro. You think I'm joking? No, listen, church every Sunday. You know what I mean? Get you a wife, and
that's still some of the biggest sinners in the Bible.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Man, being a Christian and being saved don't insulate you from these guilty impulses, buddy.
No, I agree. I agree.
Sometimes I look at me like, get behind me, Satan.
Yeah.
I got time for one more topic, y'all.
I got time.
What I want to pick? Customer service.
No.
We're gonna end with customer service. Me and my daughter.
Did you watch the OC like a couple weeks ago? Because that's what we talked about. Like we were like customer service.
I think I was on there.
Oh, okay, you came on. Okay, yeah.
You
came on that one. Yeah.
My daughter, she's in customer service, and she got on me. She gets on me hard about losing tips. And one thing, I've gotten better. But there was a time when I was slack. I'm not even gonna lie. There was a time me and you and Roberto was talking about at the end about
the tipping. Yeah.
My biggest thing now with tips, customer service, if I call the place, and there's one place in particular I live at, that when it gets so busy, they intentionally don't answer the phone. They'll unplug with it. And so that makes me mad. But the food is good. So I get in my truck and I drive the 15, 20 minutes there, 15, 20 minutes back. And then when they ask for a tip, when they ring up the service, because on the tip of it, it'd be like, no tip, make your own tip, 18%, 20%, 22%. But the 18 or 20 and the 20 to 22% pops up first. So if you ain't paying attention, you click on that, but then you go down a little bit, scroll down a little bit further, and it says no tip or custom tip. I put no tip because I'm driving my car 15, 20 minutes, burning my gas. I know that this phone works because I done heard the manager say in the past when the phone get busy, just cut it off. And my daughter says at their place they'll take the phone off the hook. So I don't think you deserve a tip when I got to drive 15, 20 minutes, then wait, place the order, then wait another 15, 20 minutes to get the order, then drive 15, 20 minutes back. My food's getting cold. You expect a tip for that? No. Now, if I'm going in there to sit down and eat, that's a horse of a different color. But if I'm driving to go pick up my food, I don't think you deserve a tip.
Well, you already know where I stand on that one, Danny. I'm right there with you. And I'll just tell you this today. I went to lunch, and there's a little restaurant. It has you get 2 slices of pizza and a Coke for $10. So I went over there. Actually, $8. So I went over there and got it. You do your debit thing. And the first thing it says is tip. And I scroll down. No tip. Thank you very much. I'm tipping you for what? For you to take my food from, because it's pizza, right? So you take it from the little thing underneath there. You put it in the fucking oven. You give it to me, and then I go to the table and eat it. I'm supposed to give you a tip for that?
I was just on the radio actually talking about this on the show. We brought up the fact that you get these Uber Eats, Grubhub, any of that, GoPuff, and it asks before you get anything. For tips. So what I started doing is I put in the comments, 1, to see if they're even reading, but 2, because it's how I feel, I say I tip on your service and how quickly and efficiently you do your job. And I had somebody, when I started doing that, the first person, I didn't have to pay extra to get it there quick. My shit got picked up. It came within 15 minutes of ordering, and it was just some Cokes and some stuff from GoPuff. I tipped the guy afterwards when they got there, and I said, thank you for getting here. Thank you for doing this as quick as you did. I think it's ridiculous that any of those services ask for a tip up front. Uber Eats, I don't know if they do. I know I've been told it's kind of like Uber, where you get it and then it asks you for a tip, because that's how Uber works.
Uber asks you for a tip when you make your payment, right? So when you make your payment, it'll ask you to add the tip to the payment. Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous when you get asked that.
I'm glad we brought this up because I DoorDash.
Yeah.
And whenever I get the order on DoorDash, it tells you how much you're going to get for that dash. So my formula is, if the money isn't higher than the miles, I usually decline it.
I got that. I understand that. But
I will say in their defense, you said about Speedy, sometimes you go to these stores because of the poor customer service, the dasher or the Uber driver has to wait more than what's a reasonable time. But what I do to counteract that is I always, every 5 minutes, I give them an update. Hey, I'm here at the store, but they're working on your order.
Service, though. That's service. That tells me that you're trying. And that's all I'm asking. So when I put that in the comments, 1, if you're paying attention, you're reading the things. Because I also say, hey, after this time, do not ring my doorbell. Just text me if it's here. If it's got alcohol on it, I will be watching. But I'm talking about GoPuff. That they have their own warehouse where they have everything right there. They don't have to go to another store to get it. And I have watched people on the tracker go to an apartment complex, sit there for 15 minutes at one spot, leave, go back, leave, go back, and then come. And it's like,
but you know what? No, I'm going to defend that now. I'm just saying. I hate that because sometimes when you're on one order, if another order is in close vicinity or if it's from that same store, they'll stack it on you. So let's say, for instance, Onzo orders something and it's $10. Then they'll stack it on you because you live apartment or right down the street.
Yeah.
Chris orders something, it's $15. So you're not going to turn down $25, but it's going to make it longer because the computer, the navigation system will take you to the closest house first. And sometimes
I understand.
Onzo order first, but your house is closer and you order second, it's going to take you to the closer house. But you have to, as a DoorDasher, you have to make sure that you're always talking to them. If you don't say nothing, then I expect, okay, I might not get it.
If I put in there, and I don't know if it shows you the comments before you accept it. I don't know about DoorDash. I don't use DoorDash.
DoorDash will
If
show you exactly what you make, and then after you deliver, it'll
Will
tell
it-
you.
will
It'll tell you the breakdown. It'll tell you.
will it tell you special instructions before or after?
Mhm. Once you get
Okay.
there, it says the customer wants you to knock on the door, or the customer says don't ring the doorbell, or
But
the
what I mean
customer
is
says
before you accept it, will it
no.
show you that? Okay,
Only,
there's
only,
the thing.
only thing it shows you is how much you're going to make and how many miles it is. And like
See,
I
and
said,
I think
my formula is if the miles is more than the money, I decline.
I've done Uber, so I understand what you're saying. I had formulas. I had like this is how much I want to make if I go out. This is what This is the average, or this is the lowest price I'll take of a trip. But I think it's disingenuous of groups like Grubhub, DoorDash, and other things to put you guys in a position where they ask for tip first, because maybe it's not your fault, but I've had horrible service enough.
Oh, I've never asked for a tip.
Well, that's fine. I'm not saying you ask for
No,
it.
I'm not saying I don't.
They ask for it.
I don't know.
And
I don't. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say that's not.
I don't know what.
That's
I don't know
not
what
fair
the
to you
process
guys.
is. Yeah, I don't know what the process is from when you place the order. What do they ask? I don't. I've never been on that part of it. I only been on the part when they send out the dash. It'll tell you the name of the person, and I'm telling you the best place. You wouldn't think this. The best place to do DoorDash is Little Caesars. Little Caesars has these little ovens they have.
Yep.
And when you go there, it'll have the name on whatever oven, like 10 different ovens. And it gives you a three-digit PIN code. And all you do is walk in, hit the PIN, take out the pizzas or whatever it is. Then it'll tell you, oh, by the way, this person ordered a 2-liter drink, whatever. But like Pizza Hut where I live at, it is the worst. Pizza Hut and Buffalo Wild Wings, you'll stay there for 30, 45 minutes, easy.
And you have oh, sorry. I was just going to say I have a $2 super chat from Beamington there. Because he's asking, how much do you guys tip DoorDash? So here's what I'm going to say is because sometimes when I order, it tells you how long it's going to take for the food to get there. And I have never seen anything less than 45 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, so anytime I order the food, it's like 45 minutes, an hour. Sometimes it was like even an hour and a half I was waiting for food. If that's the case, and I got to wait that long, and some of the places that I order from, like, are like 10 minutes away from my house, right? So if I'm waiting 45 minutes for a place that I could probably walk to get the food to, then why am I giving you such a $10 tip or $5 tip? You know what I mean? You're lucky you get $2.
You can't play that on. You can't play that on the driver now.
No, and the other thing though is
that's different than walking into a restaurant and getting poor service versus if the driver is. How about this, Anzo? If the driver's constantly giving you updates, say because this is what I do when I go there. I say I'm here at the store. They're working on your order. That's the first thing I do. And then after about 5 minutes, I give you a second update. Hey, I'm still here. Still working on your order. The line is long. The people are slow. So you get usually if it's slow, you're gonna get 6 or 7 updates from me. And then when I get the food, I'll say, I have your food on the way to your location.
Now, I have never got an update from an Uber driver ever.
Well, that's the thing. I like what Danny says. But see, if Danny's doing that, if he's my driver, he's getting the tip.
That's what I do.
I just don't like being asked for that tip beforehand. Now I'll tell you this. I have called or walked into restaurants and they've told me, oh, we turned off the Uber Eats or the little dinger thing that they have with that. And I look at them, I'm like, why? Well, we were too busy. It's like, I'm sorry, your job is to do this. This is what you do. I think that they shouldn't be able to turn that off. So I get on them just as much as I would get on a driver. But if Danny's doing what he's doing,
that's what I do. And I usually
I like that. I appreciate things like that.
I usually make $100 each dash that I go out. That's my goal. And then on better days, I think most I ever made was like 200. But that's humping. I mean, that's like ain't stopping for nothing, taking everything. Now I hate shopping. Oh, I hate shopping, but sometimes shopping pays you. And I will say, at one of my grocery stores, what I like about it, usually if it's 10 items or less, I'll go in there because Food Lion and Dollar General, they'll tell you what aisles the stuff is on. So that's a big hit. But if you don't tell me what aisle it's on, decline. Because man, you can be in a grocery store all day if you don't know what aisle to go
Yeah,
on.
yeah, for sure.
But Food Line tells you what aisle, what section, everything. So I can rock with that. But gentlemen, unless you got anything else, we've been on an hour and 26 minutes, man. It was good conversation. When you have good conversation, time flies. Like I said, after our 18-month, maybe 2-year hiatus, we are back.
1 year.
1 year.
April 8th last year, you did a chaotic conversation.
We are back. Felt longer than that, brother. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't think we had one probably a year before that either. So it was like just a random one.
Yeah, it's been a minute. But we are definitely back. Next Monday, it'll be Anzo's show. I'm very interested in some of the format. What he says he's going to do sounds very interesting. And of course, the rule of three be the third Monday of this month. We all try to start at 9 o'clock. So it has definitely been fun. I've always enjoyed hanging out with y'all guys. We always usually laugh about something crazy. But what's going on in your neck of the woods, Mr. Anzo?
Yes. You guys don't know all the stuff we do, but like Danny said, my show next week is we're gonna. If you guys remember, used to watch on Rob's show, we used to do this little debate thing, and I'm thinking about doing something like that. So the first episode will be Danny versus Chris. Not sure what the debate is going to be, but I also, because when Rob used to do it, we would just pick a side, right? But I actually want you guys to have a disagreement on something. So I need a topic or something, figure out that I know you guys absolutely are on opposite sides. I don't want you to have to fake it and be like, oh, well, I think this is that, you know what I mean? So I want it to be something that I know that you guys are.
Well, I know, I can tell you one thing right now.
What's that?
Chris is for the movie experience. I'm kind of against it.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
But I think I put you to sleep.
No. Andor is for me and you, Chris. Andor is for me and you. Yeah. Andor is for me and you. I already got Andor ready for me and you. So I like the movie experience one. That's a good one. But I was also thinking about, because I know Chris thinks Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars movie. Danny thinks it's Revenge of the Sith. So I was thinking about that too as well. So I'm gonna come up with something like that. And I was thinking 5 minutes for opening Danny, 5 minutes for Chris, then the counters, and then maybe some questions, you know what I mean, and then closing. So I think it should be very interesting. Absolutely. So make sure to check that out. Be next week, guys. But yeah, man, great show, Danny. It's good to be back.
Yep. Mr. Knight, what's going on in your neck of the woods, sir?
Oh, well, we're back to doing the Andor Roundtable, something I know you guys love. We got Unmasked and Masked Singer. You're out of order! Unmasked and Masked Singer, that's coming up on Wednesday. And then
mad if Boogie don't win.
I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be you or me that's gonna win that.
Do you guys know who they are though? Do you guys know who's under?
I don't know who's the country singer. Who you
Brian Kelly. He was the
I don't know him.
He was half of Florida Georgia Line, the guys that did that cruise song.
I was thinking
he's a better talent than the other guy, but the other guy was kind of the leader of that group. And they had
the blonde-headed guy?
Huh?
Talking about the blonde-headed guy? On Florida Georgia Line?
Yeah.
I was thinking it was what's the guy that plays on American Idol? That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh,
the judge on American Idol?
Yeah.
The one that hosted it?
No, the one of the judges. It's Lionel Richie. It's a new girl now. It's Kelly somebody now. And
it's
Luke Bryan.
Is it Luke Bryan? No, yeah. Well, I thought possibly him. That was one of the guesses. No, it's not him.
To me, it sounds like Luke Bryan.
It's Brian Kelly.
Luke Bryan is tall.
The pitching clues match. He hurt himself, and couldn't keep going through that.
I don't have any idea who the girls are. Don't even know.
Gretchen Wilson is the Pearl, and Coral is Meg Donnelly. So it's Andy Grammer, which did the Honey I'm Home, I think.
I gotta listen to Andy Grammer because I'm telling you, he's killing it to me, bro.
Well, and again, it's all about the choice of the song, I think, that really helps him. Brian Kelly can sing a lot of stuff. I think Brian Kelly can win it, but I think the same thing with Boogie Woogie. It's going to be one of those two. I mean, I can't see it being either of the girls. But we're doing that. And then, like I said, we're doing the roundtable again. We should be back to doing like our weekly wrap up, working on getting the Rumble back up and getting back to that, and Name That Tune over on Star YT.
Oh, one more thing. Funny thing. So I ordered a new couch, right? My couch was kind of messed up, so I needed a new couch, right? So the couch was supposed to come on Friday. Couch ends up coming on Sunday, right? So a guy calls me and says, "Yeah, we got a couch. We're gonna deliver it." Blah blah blah. Boom. So boom. I gotta take my old couch down the stairs. So we take it apart, take it down the stairs. Dude comes now, and it's one dude. It's one dude.
So you had to help him lift it up, didn't you? Yeah, that pissed me off.
And then second flight of stairs, I missed the stair and fell and knocked on my leg.
Oh yeah. They had to give me a discount.
Put a claim in on them and say, "Hey, my leg's fucked up. You're paying me."
I was pissed, bro. When he came, I was like, "It's just you?" He's like, "Yes, sir."
And what floor you live on?
The third.
Oh, no.
You ain't got no elevator in your place?
No.
Oh no.
No,
bro.
No.
I said, I hope you got one of them. What do you call them lifts that they have in the back of the truck?
Oh, dude. Well, not just those lifts, but put it on one of those the dollies that they have the wheels that climb up the stairs.
I said you better have a timing lift that go all the way up to this third floor. We push you through the window. I'm not lifting that.
He had one of those little, like, you put it on the little trolley and you pull it up, but he pulled it up like to the building, and then it was like, okay, we'll carry it up the rest of the way. And I'm like, man, I was gonna tell him, like, boy, you better take that thing up here by yourself and do it. Because
I would have looked at the guy and gone like, you better be phoning a friend.
What's that?
Do you have recliners in it?
Recliners in what?
Does it have recliners or anything like that?
No. My sofa, it's a sectional. So I had the two big boxes that we had to carry.
I had a recliner.
Oh yeah.
And my son lift, and I thought my testicles was gonna be at my ankles.
I would have looked at that guy on and I said, "Hey, you better be phoning a friend for this one."
If it wasn't for my son, I would have been in the hospital. Thank God he got all the testosterone in his body. Cause
when I moved into this place and all the stuff I had a friend of mine that I was DJing at the club with. He was the manager of the club at the time.
And, what up, Rachel?
I had him come to
Quail. I'm sorry.
Help me move stuff out, and I was on the second floor of this apartment complex, moving to a townhome, and actually, I guess it's a while ago before I moved into this place. I didn't call him to move into this place. It's like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. So he's diabetic, kind of out of shape and stuff. We carried my couch from the second floor down the stairs into the moving truck, and I thought he was gonna die of a heart attack. And I said, "Hey, dude," I said, "Here," and we went to doing boxes alone, and I kept it for about an hour, helping me out, and I was like, "Man, it's really hot out. I think we're gonna stop," and I let him go home. I never called him to help me again because I'm sitting there like, I'm gonna kill this dude if I do this.
I had to move a hide bed one time. That was one of the heaviest couches I ever picked up in my, like, what the hell? No. And when we did, the hide bed, and even with this, right? Because So my old one was a sectional too. So think about it.
Yeah.
I had to bring the first side down, then come back upstairs. Bring the second side down, then come back stairs. Then I had to get the guy to help him bring up 2 boxes up the stairs. So that's back and forth, up and down. Then we had to take the empty boxes and the cushions from the old mattress downstairs. So it was my legs were like jello, bro.
Oh my God.
Jello.
See. And you know, I had a guy last time I was looking for furniture, and they tried to sell me a hide-a-bed, and he's like, "Oh, this isn't like the old hide-a-beds. It's a lot
lighter in my ass.
A lot lighter and stuff." And I said, that's great. And I said, "I know you guys are gonna bring it in my house and put it in my house." So I said, "But if I ever have to move, I am not moving a sectional. I don't care.
Well, facts.
I don't care if it's made of aluminum. It's still gonna be heavier than a couch."
Oh, if I got to move from here, movers. I don't care how much it costs. Movers, they're coming to. I am not carrying. The one thing, this 85-inch TV would scare me to try and carry that down the stairs. So I'm gonna get movers with insurance in case they mess up all my stuff. But movers, I'm not carrying none of this stuff. Professional movers, Danny. I'm too old.
I'm here to tell you, the movers, they pay by the pounds of the room here in South Carolina. It's by the poundage or the rooms. And boy, whew.
Yeah, I know it could be expensive. 100%.
Good.
We get to them pounds, I'll be like, ugh.
Yeah, I know it gets expensive, Danny, but at that point, I am too old. I am too old.
My wife, since we've been married, I guarantee we done moved 15, 16 times.
You said this is it, never again.
I said, if we move, one of us gonna hit the lottery, and then it don't matter. I'll let stuff stay here and
Facts. Same here. That's why I said if I move and I hit the lottery, nothing's coming. Everything is staying here. Fuck that. Whoever moves in this apartment is gonna get all the stuff that's in there because I'm not.
Yep,
you know what I mean?
That's the stuff that I want.
Yeah, that's it.
Be like,
if I was
left the computer, I sure did. I wiped it clean, and it's right here for you.
Facts.
If I was able to leave things here and keep my security deposit, I would definitely do it. But and they probably say, "Well, you left this and this and this."
Oh yeah, you got to clean that out. Yeah, 100%.
I hate that. I'm like, hey, what's wrong with leaving some furniture for the next person?
Have you ever watched that new Star Wars, Tales of the Underworld?
Not yet. Didn't watch it.
I seen it there. And I was like, what is this? And I was like, this is new? Like, wait, what is it? And then I was
Tales
like,
of Jedi, all that stuff.
It looked like Osiris Ventress.
Yeah, she's in it. It looks like might be a few episodes with her in it.
Yeah.
I was thinking about checking it out, but I mean, at the end of the day, I think I'm tired of Star Wars right now. I really am. I hate to say it, but I am tired of it. It's got to be really good to get me to watch it, you know?
I'm still holding out hope, buddy.
No, I feel you. I think that's the way I feel with the MCU is I'm still holding out hope for it, you know what I mean? But when it comes to Star Wars,
in my video, there's going to be 2 movies in less than 30 days that are duds. Not duds, are flops. This movie is not going to make. It's going to make $800-something million. I think it was 200 million.
It's already at 160 worldwide.
I don't think it's going to make $800 million.
Nah, it won't make 800, but I'm thinking it'll go to maybe 4 or 6.
It'll match what I think right
but
now.
Neither one of them are profitable. What I'm saying, they're not profitable movies. You're not used to hearing that word in MCU. Non-profitable in MCU is an oxymoron. But now they had 2 movies that didn't make any profits, and I'm thinking Fantastic Four is going to be the 3rd one because it's going up against Jurassic Park and Superman.
I think that the definition of, I won't say profitable, but the definition that they see or their idea right now is if it hits 400 to 500 million, they'll take it. I think that's the bar right now. They're just hoping to do is hit something coming up here.
I see what you're saying, but if
builds
they make 3 movies in 120 days and combined, they don't make $1 billion, and Superman comes out and makes more than the 3 of them movies, something's wrong.
I'm really I Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park's gonna make
Jurassic Park gonna make it
probably a
big.
billion. Yeah, I
Let me
think it
see
will. It doesn't
something.
really matter. It's not that hard.
Not with me. You can't be McKin. Thanks for the $2 super chat. Can we get a Thunderbolts watch party?
How
Maybe
about for
Hanzo.
$100 super chat? Would you do it
No.
for $100 super chat?
Nope.
You'd make some of your money back for
So-
going to watch it.
I gladly take the $100, but I will not watch it.
So the budget on Thunderbolts is $180 million. So it only has to make 540 million to make a profit.
Give or take. There's a lot
Yeah.
of stuff in that you're not that it doesn't calculate.
I don't think you're gonna make
if
it.
it makes 350 to 400, it's profitable. Guaranteed.
I think it'll make over 500.
I think Captain America: Brave New World. I think it profited a little bit, maybe not what they
think
used
so.
to.
Hold on.
No,
I don't think
do
so.
because you got to
That's
think.
about 250 if I'm mistaken.
No, it's near 400. I think.
Oh, no, well, for 2 times that's one.
No, he's talking about the budget, yeah, Chris. So
no, I don't know.
The budget was 250, if I'm not mistaken. So that's $750 million.
180. It was 180 also.
why does it say 180?
I think it was more than
Oh
that.
wait, no. The reported production budget was 180. Some industry sources suggest the final cost was significantly higher, possibly reaching 380 million or more. I don't know.
I heard
and again,
280.
But see, here's the thing: you'll never know, right? Because it says 180, but they had the reshoots, or did they put the reshoots are obviously not into that. You know what I mean? So,
well, and there's kickbacks, there's rebates, there's tax credits.
yeah,
a lot of stuff like that.
100%. Yeah.
I think for sure. Yeah, exactly. That isn't the real budget. I think for sure you're gonna see that Jurassic Park's gonna be the biggest of those 3 movies. We talked about Fantastic Four, Superman, and Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park's gonna beat out all the other 2. Man, Superman has the biggest bullseye on its back. If it does not, that first weekend, get 90% of the people going like, "Oh my god, this is what we wanted." If it doesn't do that, it's dead in the water before it.
So wait, hold on. I gotta address something. Beamington, you asked these guys to do a watch party for Thunderbolts, but you want me to do one for Snow White? So if you offering these guys $100 to do Thunderbolts, I want to see like 2 or 3 for doing, and because I'm setting it up for this Friday. So I definitely want to see way more than that, because you're forcing me to watch that movie. I'd rather watch Thunderbolts again.
I'd rather watch
Snow White is fire.
Really?
No.
Snow White. Somebody else said that. Zach Gazzola. I watch his. He reviews all the movies he watched in the previous month. I was like, Snow White, bro. Negative. No needs 500 for Snow White. Yeah.
Yeah. For real though.
Avatar making $2 billion.
Probably. I don't see any.
I still haven't watched the second one.
The second one was better than the first one to me.
I agree. I'll hate it just slightly less.
Yeah. Chris, it's pretty much a remake of the first one. Yeah,
I will eventually get around to watching it. It took me a while to watch.
It was a better dynamic because of his kids, and that's all I want to say without spoiling it. And then one of the things that happened made it better to me. It tugs on your heartstrings more than the first one. If the first one didn't tug on your heartstrings, but the second one is more of a family dynamic, and I thought that was pretty cool.
I'll eventually watch it.
It's just, what
is it? 3 hours?
Watch party Andor season 1.
Cool. Who are you asking, Anik?
I'll do it for 150.
Not you. You like Andor. That's probably for me and Danny.
Y'all can gladly have it. I don't need $150 that bad. A disaster of a germ remains to be seen. A disaster or a gem remains to be seen. don't know.
So
I didn't
hold
watch
on,
that.
hold on.
Don't care for
Wait,
that film.
wait, hold on, Anik. Hold on.
I'm
We
with you,
gotta
Robert.
we hold on, Anik. Yeah, I'm with you too. I'm not. Avatar too. You said, it's okay. I thought you said Andor. I was like, yeah, Andor. I agree with you. Not Avatar, but Andor. I agree with you. But so Anik, let's clarify, because we can do the Andor watch party. It's just, but 5 minutes into the
Do they
first
have to stay
episode,
awake?
I will be sleeping. So if you want to give me 150 to watch me sleep
Also,
on
I'm
stream,
saying this. You can
I
have the
think it's
whole. You can have the whole 150. I do not need $150 that bad.
I
Put
think
my
you should
brain
say
to
it's 150 and they have to stay awake.
No, there ain't no way.
If it's 150 to stay awake, then no, it has to be more than that. I'm with you, Rob. It has to be more than that. Like, it has to be more than 150. If you're talking about how many episodes is under the first season?
Like 16.
10, ain't it?
16,
10
I think.
episodes?
Hold on.
No,
No,
the
12,
first.
12. It was 12. Sorry.
Wait,
12.
the first season of Andor has 12 episodes?
Mhm.
No.
Oh no, you gotta add another zero on that one.
I require $50 per episode.
At least. Wow.
Yeah, 12. 12 for the
Oh,
first. There'll be 12 for
No,
the second.
no.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
I do for $50 episode. I won't promise you I'll still wait. That's about
150 if you
$650,
watch.
if I'm mistaken. That's $650. Yeah, I do that.
So wait, hold on. 150 you watch it continuously back to back. 12 episodes, aren't they an hour each?
40 to 50 minutes max.
Okay, so 40 to 50 minutes max, 12 episodes. Let's say about 10 hours of sitting there constantly. No, I can't do that.
I would do $50 episode, and if you want to do that, that's $600. I can do that. Watch both seasons, 12 episodes. That's $1,200. Yeah, I can do that.
I got a secret. Go ahead, sir.
I'll take some Nodos and a can of Mountain Dew.
And I got a secret for you, Shifty Gizmo. Andor season 2 isn't as good as season 1 so far. Season 1 wasn't good either. So it's nothing to me. No, it's not. No, it's not. Pay me and I'll watch Peacemaker. You know what? As much as you hate Cena, and at least Peacemaker has some stuff that's fun in it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think Peacemaker was that bad. There's some fun in it. I can't see any fun in watching Snow White.
Not unless the witch got one of them white dresses with some splits. That's about it. And I don't think that's in there.
And it's definitely not in there. You know what I mean? So yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Man, we still got 11 people watching, man. That's good deal.
50 an episode, but you gotta recap each episode so I know you've watched it.
If we got a watch party, you're gonna see me sitting on the screen.
Yeah, we're gonna do it live.
Yeah. I'm not recapping.
My recaps will be easy. This episode was crap. This episode was even worse. This episode was garbage.
Trash. All right, guys, I gotta run.
All right, yeah, no problem. We're gonna close it up anyways, I guess. But I'll tell you this: this will be me watching Andor.
And my head will be leaning the other way.
They'll be side by side. One will be like this. The other one will be like this.
You know what I mean? The smokestack twins.
And what I'll do is I'll come in. That way we have this Y pattern. So when their heads are like this and I'm down here, it'll look like a Y, which is what they're going to be asking: is why am I doing this?
Exactly.
Yeah, you have people trying to call me to wake me up. You remember that, Rob? You know, yeah, people call, hey, I was sleeping on stream. What? Huh? What? Oh shit, Andor.
Yeah. All right. We've been on an hour and 49 minutes. This is the return of the Khaos Central crew. Myself, Chris Knight, Anzo. We'll be back next Monday, same bat time, same bat channel, a different show. It'll be Anzo's show, the Khaos List. So thank you all for joining us. We definitely appreciate it. And until next Monday, take it easy. Peace.
Peace.
You know, about 2.5 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, me, Chris Knight, Onzo, Biggaford Entertainment. We all came together. 3 different cats, one vision to make Khaos Central the best YouTube channel on the planet. Here's one of our stories. Oh yeah, let's go.
Is there any stuff?
Khaotic Conversation is the name of the show. The first Monday of the month is the time that I go on here and bring you the heat. I got your bob in your head. You're gonna hear it repeat and be like, hey yo, is that Danny? He's an X-Man now, cause that flow is uncanny. No, I'm just a topic debater. I'm just an intro maker. Ain't no one greater. It's Monday night. It's 9 o'clock. Sit back, relax. It's gonna get hot. So, without further ado, the conversation is ready. Let's make it do what it do. Peace. Khaos Central is the channel. Khaotic Conversation is the show. Come catch me, come and chat. Chris Knight and Onzo. Peace.